two major fires have crews scrambling tonight. Homes are being threatened, and firefighters are battling dangerous weather conditions as they work to stop the flames from spreading. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keely Van Middendorp. Two lightning-sparked wildfires are ravaging parts of Lewis and Clark County tonight, straining resources around the region. We have Firewatch team coverage for you tonight. MTN's Josh Menny is live in Wolf Creek, where evacuations were ordered due to the Lookout fire. And our Storm Tracker weather team is closely monitoring the conditions fire crews are facing. We'll get to them in a minute, but first, the latest on the Lookout fire. That fire was first spotted on Saturdays as crews were working on a couple of other small fires in the area. It has burned 390 acres and heavy beetle-killed pine trees. Right now, a Type 1 incident management team is arriving to take command. This means the best of the best will take over the logistics of the fighting of the fire, allowing local firefighters to tend to other small fires still popping up. Strong winds fanned the flames toward Wolf Creek yesterday, forcing the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office to evacuate 46 homes. Check out this video of the fire from yesterday as fire activity really kicked up. Fire officials are concerned today's strong winds will push the flames closer to Interstate 15, just a few miles to the east. Now, yesterday, the fire moved up the mountainside, triggering evacuations for nearby homes. MTN's Josh Menny has been on top of this fire since it was first spotted, and he's live in Wolf Creek tonight. Josh, what is the sheriff saying about those evacuations?
Those evacuations were held last night because a fire was going up over a ridge, and it was getting close to Lions Creek Road. It's about 5 miles north of Wolf Creek. Now, deputies were able to safely evacuate everyone from that road. Now, we're told that it was a precautionary measure because the fire reached a trigger point. Fire officials have established several of those triggers around the fire, and if they are reached, new evacuations will be ordered. I spoke with Sheriff Leo Dutton today, and he tells us that his top priority is the safety of the people living in this community.
What we don't want to do is lose a life. We can replace wood and we can replace material items, but we cannot replace a life.
Right now, they're holding a community meeting at Wolf Creek School behind me. They're showing the latest DNRC aerial projections of Lookout fire. They're also talking about where winds may take the fire, and they're asking any questions from residents. Now, the evacuation is not lifted, and it will remain indefinitely. Reporting in Wolf Creek, Josh Menny, MTN News.
And we want to give you a better sense of the conditions that firefighters are battling out there today. Storm Tracker meteorologist Mike Rollins continues our team coverage in the Weather Center. Mike?
Monitoring, of course, the fire weather conditions on this fire. Want to get you out live right now to the Opportunity Bank iCam. This is overlooking Helena, and everything looks fine here as we look live. Not a whole lot going on. What you don't see is the heat that we're dealing with. It's 90 degrees right now. Relative humidity is down at 17%, and the wind in Helena is gusting upwards of 30 miles per hour, and that is horrible. Horrible for firefighters there that are dealing with, again, brutal conditions across the area. It's 90 there, 90 in Great Falls, mid to upper 90s in the eastern part of the state. In fact, Miles City right now at 103, and the air is dry. Now, that cold front that moved through last night, that did not help us. Relative humidity in Great Falls down to 10%, so the air has completely dried out all over again, and now we're dealing with the winds. Sustained at 26 in Great Falls, 21 in Helena, and they're gusting upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour right along the Rocky Mountain front. All right. Here's a look at the Lookout fire. Currently, it's 87 degrees at one of the remote weather stations there in Wolf Creek. Relative humidity is at 18%. The winds are out of the west at 6, but they're gusting, at least at that weather station, at about 13 miles per hour. Want to give you an idea of the terrain that crews are dealing with right now. Look at this. As you go into the canyon, of course, the terrain becomes very steep, very rugged here, and that's what fire crews are up against as they're trying to tackle this fire. Again, that's about 5 miles southwest of Wolf Creek. Here are the fire weather conditions, the greatest threat to firefighters happening right now. And then later tonight, the relative humidity will begin to recover. We'll also see the wind speeds die down. So there is some good news coming in the forecast later tonight as we get through a hot, dry evening. Storm Tracker meteorologist Michelle Morgan joins us live now from Wolf Creek. Michelle, what are the conditions you're seeing out there right now?
Well, it's hot and it's very dry out here. Temperatures are in the upper 80s. So firefighters are not only dealing with the very hot temperatures, but also with low humidity. It is very dry. Right behind me, you can see the terrain is very difficult for them to even get any vehicles up there to put out the fire. And this will continue like that, especially if the winds keep gusting as it has been doing for the past couple of hours or so. So this is what the firefighters are dealing with: the terrain, hot temperatures, and also the very dry air. Reporting in Wolf Creek, meteorologist Michelle Morgan, MTN News.
Near Lincoln, a 275-acre fire is burning in heavy dead timber just north of the town. Because it's located in steep terrain, firefighters are unable to directly attack it and instead are working to shore up the south edge of the fire line. A Type 2 incident management team is on the way, which will bring in significant resources to help stop the fire from spreading. Right now, there are multiple helicopters, fire engines, and hotshot crews working the blaze, but strong winds are helping to spread the fire.
We're definitely concerned. It's very close to Lincoln because we have so much deadfall, dead trees and everything from the beetle kill. So when a fire starts, it's pretty devastating for Lincoln. We could burn on 3 sides in a heartbeat, so it's pretty tough on us. And I think everybody's very concerned. This last one is pretty close to town, so.
Fire officials are holding a community meeting to discuss the Park Creek Fire. That's being held at the Lincoln Community Hall starting tonight at 7. Several trails have been closed in the area, but no evacuations have been ordered at this time. Now, some good news to tell you about. The 435 fire that was burning in Lewis and Clark County is now contained. Initial reports said the fire burned nearly 1,000 acres since it was first spotted yesterday. But today, fire officials say the 435 fire burned 500 acres of grassland and crews remain on scene mopping up. Our Firewatch coverage doesn't stop here. Head over to our websites for the very latest on all